This is complete politics with Chukuma Okoro. Just take a listen.
This is the second time Amaewhule is defecting to the All Progressives Congress. Is there anything that differentiates the first defection with this one that we see now? I mean, on plenary, like they did before, he announced. Is there anything different? So what do you think we are going to witness in the coming days?
Well, this is the second missionary journey of Amaewhule into APC, even though it still remains the same, going by the Supreme Court judgment on the issue when it was taken that to court. But because the Supreme Court said that in their first attempt that they did not obtain APC membership card, and that their names were not in the APC register. So, but which means they are still on the same path, because he said that he's looking forward to getting his membership card. So he has not gotten it.
So technically speaking,
he's still a member of PDP. He's still where he is until his name enters their register. Okay. And he gets his membership card. But talking of defection, it is now that he can boldly say, I have defected, going by the Constitution. Because Constitution stipulates when there's crisis in the party.
Okay.
The first time that they defected, PDP has one national chairman and one national working committee. But right now, they have two national chairmen and two national working committees. That shows crisis in the party, which is a legitimate ground for defection.
Okay. So Dr. Anosike, when you say that is a legitimate ground for defection because there is crisis in the party,
there's crisis in the party.
Amaewhule is not a national figure. He plays at the state level. So is there crisis in the party? Because I understand the Constitution to say if you're a senator or a member of the House of Representatives, if there's a problem, if there's a crisis within the party at the national level, you can defect. But Amaewhule is a member of the State House of Assembly, and the last count, PDP doesn't have internal crisis in Rivers State. So is this still legitimate on the ground of crisis within the party?
On the ground of the crisis in the party, there's crisis in PDP. In Rivers State, some belong to weaker faction, while some belong to Raki faction.
Yeah, but they don't have two state working committees or two state executive committees.
They have been polarized. They are already two. So when they go that to court and say there's a faction in PDP, there's crisis in PDP, they don't need much argument to press that case.
Okay.
So there's crisis in PDP, and it is a legitimate ground
for defection.
When
you say that there are two factions in the PDP now, you know, the conversation gets very interesting. And you mentioned the Turaki faction and the Wike faction. Yeah. So where does the Fubara belong? Which faction does Fubara belong to?
Well, he has not made because he has not attended any of the meetings.
Okay.
Both the Turaki and the Wike faction. Okay. So we can say that he is on the fence.
Okay.
We can say he is on the fence. And we can also ask a question. Before it was 27 members that defected. Now we are having about 15. Where are the others? It also shows that they have broken rank. Do you understand it? Which means if the remaining did not or defect, it will not even be easy to impeach Fubara because they cannot form a two-third.
Okay.
Maybe there have been internal politics within
the 27,
which is a good thing for
I'm
Fubara.
happy that you more like front-loaded this question because I was coming to that. Initially, we had 27 of them, you know, as a body, in bond, acting together, went to UK, yes. Everywhere they are together. But now we see Amaewhule lead 16 others, making them 17. So we have 10. Yes. And apart from the 10, you have the 3 that were originally part of the Okojumbo.
Yes,
so you now have 17 and 13. like you said, technically speaking, they can't impeach him because they can't.
They cannot get to third.
So do we see, is there a battle renewed or what? Do you think that they are heading into another battle? Or does it look like Fubara has been able to break that rank?
That's what I am seeing. That's what I am seeing. Because if not, the 27 of them will have made that move as they made before. But now it seems that he had been able to break the rank.
Okay.
That's why one of them did not move at the same time.
So do you see fresh crisis coming to Rivers and
No, there's already a crisis because they are not. One of them are not that's working seamlessly as we expected. Because when they went that to UK, what's his name? Nyesom Wike said that peace has returned to Rivers State. That was Wike's statement. That peace has returned to Rivers State. So I had expected a seamless working relationship between the State Assembly and the governor. And mind you, as of yesterday, they were insisting that Fubara should show them his commissioner nominees.
Okay.
Which means there are still a disagreement that's between them.
Okay, there's still disagreement here because the other day, within the week, Amaewhule said something more that looked more like an attack on the governor, that he's not taking care of education and all of that.
Yeah.
A lot of people understand, look, that there should be independence of the legislature from the executive. But wasn't that coming too soon? And recall, too, there was a news that broke out this evening that, look, the Rivers State House of Assembly has adjourned until next year, meaning that the governor is not going to present his 2026 budget. So where does that leave Rivers State?
Well, if they adjourn, that they can still reconcile.
Reconvene?
They can still reconvene because the other states have been presenting their budgets. At least about 10 states have presented their this now budget now. And for them, adjourning now is too early.
Okay.
So it must have been out of emergency. Understand? Maybe the Amaewhule that was shocked by the other members, not defecting.
Okay.
So they have that to go back to restructure.
Okay. And the appropriate thing would be to shut down Rivers House of Assembly, for their personal interest.
Sure.
Which
is very, very bad.
Which is very
because
bad.
One is it is the development that is suffering. It is the people that are suffering.
There's something you always say about the abuse of power, how democracy dies in some places.
Turned into
tyranny of the few. Does it look like that is what is going on in Rivers
That's
State?
what is happening because people are not having their say in the current politics of Rivers State. All this have been just the State Assembly and the governor. And I'm sure Rivers State is suffering as we speak. Both the people and the infrastructure. Both the people and the infrastructure, because where there's no peace, there can never be development. Understand me? So, which is not good for the people. And mind you, when you talk of wealth generation, Rivers State is the second richest state in the country. Even though the wealth is not trickling down to the masses.
Okay.